And we're live! Hello, hello. Hey, Shuni. And welcome to your. Nah, this is not the afterlife. This is the rewriting of Call of Duty Ghosts campaign. Hey, Shuni. I hope you're not fake Shuni. Oh, man, it's. I'm gonna be honest with you. Wednesday, we had a blast. Rewriting this campaign, and it just showcases that it had potential for a story, but man, um, let me share this real quick with. I'm hoping Ink Slasher comes. I'm a tweet it to him. Um, who else? Who else? What about the Act Man? Let's tweet it to the Act Man. But first of all, welcome. It's not you. So you're fake Shuni. You're fake Shuni. Nah. All right. Let's get back to it. I just did one minor change towards what we were saying because I felt like it was going to be repetitive, so I had to change it. Let me just the X-Man. Oh man, I just finished. Oh, did you like it, Shuni? Did you like it? Because if you liked it, if you like the story, well, you can see what did you change. Oh, you're gonna see. But first of all, a very quick announcement. This is gonna be a quick stream. This is gonna be about an hour or so, because well, family reunion. Well, small one, but still. So I gotta get my ass on time. I like a few parts visually, but it's bad. Yes. That's what we were doing, Shuni. We are rewriting it, and in my perspective, it's way better because you see where the necessity of the ghost comes from. You see then also then the backstory of how they become, because they have different backgrounds, and we essentially provided like a backstory for the ghosts and the other faction that is the wolf pack that is going to assist them. So let's get into it, but first let's recap what we have. So first of all, Task Force Savior consisted of Delta, SEALs, MARSOC, Rangers, Green Berets, and then there's a couple of CIA and FBI agents just, watching the whole thing. They're sent to Hull, a big hospital. Let's change it. Instead of Syria, we can actually change it to just, I don't know, a fictional country. But for the sake of purposes of establishing that it's in the Middle East, let's just stick it up with Syria. So they're holding a big hospital over there. No, that's overwhelmed with civilian casualties and injured. And they started like a small evacuation there to be transported into an FOB. Assuming it drags seriously. Yeah. And then they transported to an FOB, or forward base of operations, in order for them to actually be treated in another country. Let's put that FOB like near the border of Jordania, since the U.S. has relations with Jordania, or we can put it in Iraq, since it's close enough. So you are Elias Walker, but as a lieutenant inside a hospital, helping the evacuation of the civilians in the city, and then you go out and patrol. What I'm thinking right here is that, to put it like in no names perspective, it's like you are wake up by a buddy of yours, not the main characters, but let's say Merrick wakes you up, and then he tells you, "Hey, you've been called to out for patrol with your unit. Go downstairs." Like you're in the middle floor, and you're walking, and you're seeing this um, civilians injured and people getting on the med beds, being transported to surgery or to their rooms, all that stuff. And you go downstairs, and then it's like, let's put it like a cutscene showcasing you the hospital being damaged, 4 to 5 military, in order for you to actually grasp the idea that you are in a war zone, in a modern war zone, trying to hold off in ISIL, because we're going to put here ISIL. They cannot sue us. Terrorists cannot sue people. But it's just a concept, so it's not. So you're Elias Walker, and then you go out in a Humvee with another. A Humvee has 5 soldiers. You and 4 in one Humvee. There's a truck full of civilian, empty, that can carry civilians, and then there's another Humvee going with you, and you're going just to the point that you assign. For civilians to rendezvous, and then there's, because we know that even though there's people uh, that are escaping ISIL, there's also people that are being armed by themselves, trying to hold off ISIL. So you have a rendezvous point where you have soldiers or these rebels trying to hold off this terrorist organization. And so you go over there and you hold, let's say, like, you stay there, and they tell you, hey, there's some civilians that are traveling over here, go. And so you go in, and then you rescue them, like your first taste of firefight, instead of like, hey, learn to crouch, learn this, that. And like, if you know Call of Duty, you know the commands. You don't need to be reminded of it. And instead of you hauling back ass to the hotel and then going out a night mission, that's the part that I changed. You stay there. It's like, well, we have to stay here in order for the other replacements to come and take over. It's like, all right, get out your night vision and get on sniping positions. So you open the Humvee and you take the bag for night vision, and then intro cutscene of you going into, like, showing the twilight of the city, and then it's like, oh, put in your night vision on. It's getting dark, and you start like sniping people and all that. So it would actually make more sense if you stayed over there in the rally point and you snipe at night. And then when you see, hey, there's huge waves of ISIL forces moving in at night through the city, so they're going to attack. So because you're going to get overwhelmed, you haul back ass with all your unit to the hospital. And then you see Rourke is like, you go inside and say, sir, we're going to get overrun. It's like, yes, I know. I've been told by the FOB that there's a massive force of ISIL coming over here. And it's like, then it's the heartbreaking part, because we can put that before Elias Walker goes on his patrol, he helps a little girl on his way downstairs, and that same girl with her family is the one that you evacuate to the Black Hawk, and when it goes up in the air, it gets hit with an RPG and it goes down. And wouldn't that be like, oh shit, this is war? And it's like, yes, motherfuckers, this is war. This is what we're up against. It's almost no longer country versus country. It's insurgents versus countries, I think. So, yeah, that's the oh shit moment, Shuni. So you see that you have the hospital under attack, and obviously because you saw a little girl die, you're like, holy shit, and then you like start shooting outside. Just it would mess anyone up, even special forces, just to see someone that you have been, even if it's shown a little bit, but if you show that there's a connection, uh, it can actually make it so. And then you go all the way to the rooftop, but because there's no power on the elevators, we can actually grab the concept of rappelling, those things that you grab onto the rope on Warzone to get up in the buildings. That could be a justification for it. It's like, we cannot use the elevator, but you can use this to get up to go up and down. Like, oh, okay. I go up and start sniping, and then it's like, hey, we need air support. And it's like the AC-130. You use it for 2 minutes, and it's like, hey, we need to refuel because we were on our way to the FOB to actually get rearm refuel. You're gonna be out for air support in like until morning. That's when the fourth mission is Q in. Rourke, Merrick, Keegan, Ajax, and you, the 5 main characters of Call of Duty Ghosts, are discussing on what to do. And then Rourke says, no, we need to go outside and we need to draw fire away from the hospital in order for the hospital to actually be not be assaulted enough, so then doctors and medical staff can actually get as many people ready to evacuate, because the hospital it's not gonna hold on too much longer, the structure, so they need to evacuate as many people as possible before the hospital collapses under RPG and mortar fire. And so you 5 with other 10 soldiers over there, you go outside and do their, like, you go outside in a truck instead of Humvees, and then you just go down and start moving within the city in NVGs at night and start to shoot. And it's like, hey, we're getting overrun. We got to move somewhere else instead of the hospital. They go to a small motel that is near there, and they fortify it with what they can. And that's the entry to the fifth mission. That they hold on the small motel, almost like the embassy on Benghazi type of thing. But then you start witnessing the other 10 special forces soldiers dying with you, and you run out of ammo, and you have to use their weapons in order to survive. And when you run out of ammo of them, they start to come in, and you use your knife to actually kill them and grab their weapons and start shooting back at them. That would be. Now, tell me if that's not interesting. That would actually make it so intense that you would survive at all costs. And that's when the other group comes in. The other a small group comes in, led by an army ranger that was in charge on the hospital, and just run in with Humvees and trucks and like boom, in order to make them get in the truck and with the body of their fallen comrades. Let's say he goes in with 4 Humvees and a truck, and they create like a small barrier while they load in their fallen comrades, and then the ghosts just get in, and then they haul ass back to the hospital. And as you haul back to the hospital, it's like, queuing the Warhawk, getting the gun run, and at the end dropping in a cluster bomb, just to stall the advancement of the Islamic forces. And then it's like Rourke is when they arrive in the hospital, he's mad at this guy, and he's like, why did you come and rescue us? It was to divert fire. It's like, sir, no one is left behind. Because, and why do I choose this guy to be a ranger? Because in the ranger creed, it's like, I will never leave a fallen comrade fall into enemy hands, dead or alive. So no one gets left behind. Here in a classic Call of Duty fashion. Yeah, it could be like a classic Call of Duty fashion. After that, they're just in the morning. It's like you see Apaches going in to actually take down some pockets, like making gun runs. Warhawks, the AC-130 patrolling as Blackhawks and Chinooks arrive at a hospital and just carry as much civilians as they can. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And because it's awesome, and it can actually be kind of realistic, because if you can see, there's many operations that even if you leave soldiers behind because you have no space, they always rush in back with another convoy in order for them to get at least their bodies, if so. So it's almost like in the U.S. military creed: no one gets left behind, dead or alive. So with this quick recap and the creation of the ghost. Oh, to finish the recap, why are the ghosts created if they can do the same things as Delta, Navy SEALs, Green Berets? Well, because you need a unit that is not associated with you, like Black Ops, no patch. Well, except for the Wolf Pack, but because they don't have flag patches, like saying, "Oh, we're from the U.S., UK, Ireland, Germany." They don't have that. They have their patch over here. That's the Wolf Pack, and the ghosts only have their masks. The balaclava all painted as skulls. That's the only thing that you can identify them. You don't know if they're from the U.S. military or a private company. So it would actually help. And them 5, and then they starting doing missions and recruiting people towards their unit. It actually makes it so that you cannot identify who the members are, but you can at least signal like, hey, these guys are. It's like, I know you want to be a Delta, I know you want to be a Green Beret, but these guys are something special. It's almost mythicized on both of these units. It's like you don't know who the members are, so each time that you see one of them in action, it's like, holy shit! It's almost like taking the concept of Spartans in Halo. Soldiers don't know who they are and anything, but when they see one, they're like, holy shit, it's a Spartan. Like, we are safe. In that way, when you see a ghost or a member of the wolf pack, you're like, holy shit, is this guys? So let's move forward. Let's move forward with what I think could be like a good pair, like a good signaling for missions, almost like saying, like establishing why Rourke becomes the enemy. We can put in like two missions. Save. SpongeBob's pieces on. We could put in two missions, and I'm planning to put it. Oh wait, before those two missions, we gotta put it because we gotta make it more sensitive of why he felt the way that he felt when seeing that little girl die. Is when the ghosts get announced, obviously during a cutscene, but in secret, that uh, they're formed. He goes back home and he sees his wife and his two little kids. Let's say one is like 2 years old and the other one is like uh, going to be 5. So that would actually make it like you understand why he felt the way he felt when seeing that little girl die. It's like he has two kids. Imagine if that was one of his sons dying, or his wife and two sons dying. That would actually make him lose his shit. That would actually make it more of a connection. It's like, now you understand, because I think many people like put this cutscenes and everything, and they fail to realize the connection. It's like, oh well, the guy is single. It's like, oh well, then why did it hit home to him? Over here, he's already married, has two kids. That would hit home. All right, so we can actually put, yeah, Junie, yeah. So let's hurry up a little bit because I think we're gonna make a part 3 on Wednesday. Um, let's put it that it's 5 years later. Let's make it 5 years later, and let's make it let's say there's hell yeah, part 3, yeah, because this is gonna be extensive. I'm thinking of an event. If this is 2025, 2030 events. Let's see what we got. What can we expect? Oh, world events. God damn it. Let me just put 2030. No. Alright. Okay. No. 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 Ah, there's nothing good. I thought there was gonna be something good. And there's nothing. Nothing. Shit. What a lack. What a lack. Nothing is suspected in 2030. Alright, then let's create our own one. Let's create that. Let's put it this way. 5 years later, a hostage situation happens. Let's put it. Who has trouble? Nothing. That's how it be sometimes. I know. But hey, let's put it that it is a hostage situation that happens. Let's put it somewhere in Europe. We'll narrow it down when we discuss this with activation and Infinity Ward. Because if the campaign, they have to pay. I think they have to pay me. They have to pay you, Shuni. They have to pay. I think a little bit of money with no name, even though he's not here. But they have to pay us in a few conditions. Hostage situation in Europe happens, and because they know that the U.S. military is going, it's like, and the ghosts are called in. Let's put it like in a small town where someone um bring back James Lowell. Yeah, but that's with Treyarch, not Infinity Ward. So it will fall flat on that part, but I don't know. Let's put it. Hostage situation happens in Europe, and the ghosts are called in with the wolf pack. Ready to provide heavy fire support. Oof. There we go. Ready to provide heavy fire support. So, rewrite sounds awesome. Not Treyarch. Activision, not Treyarch. Oh, well. We can actually ask them if they can, but I think they're content right now uh, with the new voice actors. I, I think they just fucked it up. They should have just let Modern Warfare run for another year. No Call of Duty. Nobody would have argued if they said no Call of Duty this year. So, oh, you're mixing paintings. What are you painting? All right, let's get back to it. Let's say 5 years later, hostage situation happens in Europe, and ghosts are called in with Wolfpack ready to provide fire support. Let's put this a two-stage mission. We could actually put it in Eastern instead of Western because let's put it in Eastern Europe, like a hostage situation, like the Chechen terrorists are still no one would care. Yeah. Ready to provide heavy fire support. Let's say that they're starting to organize, and Rourke is the leader of the Ghost. Um, let's put that Ranger is the leader of Wolfpack, and it's like Rourke decides to go in uh, and approach silently. And uh, once in the compound, they just slowly but stealthy. No, yeah, slowly but stealthy. Take over the comp. Take it over. And Wolfpack comes in to comes in if assisted to needed. Oh, nice. I really, really like Rourke. Rourke had the most potential to actually have against it. And I think with these two missions, we can actually put it that he's somewhat disagreeing because let's put that even though they're calling it here and Rourke wants to go in and silently and Wolfpack's like, I agree. Let's uh, go over here. If you encounter any difficulties, we'll arrive and have no problem. And then it's like, let's. What can we say? One of the CIA agents. Let's put it this way. One of the CIA agents, or like a what would be more of a beef? A major ranking soldier in the military. I don't know, like a general or a colonel. Say no, we go in guns blazing and destroy the compound, or a CIA agent like wants to just destroy everything because it will cause a rift. I'm thinking, oh man, why time had to be so tight? Um, I'm thinking let's put it this way. Let's put it that a colonel, a colonel in the military. Mm, no, instead of a U.S. colonel, let's put it a CIA agent wants to just blow up the place and call it a day. Why a CIA agent? Let's put it this way. people got killed because of shitty orders. Yes, but let's put it this way: if a CIA agent says, "No, let's blow this thing," and it's like, "But dude, you have the information of that these guys were here. Why you want to blow it? Don't you want to discover their network more and everything?" It's like, no, just blow it up. Wouldn't it that make like work tick? And we can actually make it like a two-part. First, you got to take out. Oh, we can actually. It's just like this call it a day. And it's like, but they first have to take the airfield, the small airport that it has, in order for them to attack the town and take over the main building. Yeah, like make it a two-stage, just like, all right, we're going in, but we got to take down the airport in order for us to actually get in the city. Because if they have their air support that it's over there, it's going to make the mission difficult, you know. And so the first mission is like you're with Wolfpack, and then you go in almost like guns blazing, a quick mission of clearing the air base and the immediate surroundings, and then the stealth mission comes in because their forces are weakened, and it's like, oh well, they destroyed the airplane and they left. Oh well, here comes the ghosts, and you can put it that they start their mission instead of with Black Hawk, they do a halo jump. Uh, let's put it that way. Uh, the first stage of the mission is at dawn with the wolf pack taking over the small airport, clearing buildings that are near it so that the terrorists are weakened enough for the ghosts to come in and execute their mission. That sounds more logical. It's like, oh, they're just in, like clear, and they're left, and there's like, why they didn't take over? It's like who knows? Who were they? They look like PMCs. They're not U.S. military because they don't have patches or flags. They just have the emblem, and they have they're covered in face with those ballistic masks that I showed you, Shuni. That would be like the first stage, and that's your first taste of how the Wolfpack does their things. They arrive, they're like a QRF, but they arrive quick. They strike very hard, and they move smart. So it's like you see them arrive in the Black Hawks, but you see, let's put in like Warhawks, like the gun run and the bomb, like cluster one, like just open, and then this like Apaches come in just to like a small patrol of forces, while the Blackhawks get stationed and they rappel down and start moving in, almost like Army Rangers. But because they have no tax, they're like, "Who the hell are these guys?" And they start to move fast, and then the Blackhawks and the Apaches just leave, and all the air support you got is the Warhawk. So when you start clearing buildings and taking down BTRs and squads of Chechen and cheap PMCs that are in the area, it's like, hey, airport is taken. Um, Time to leave. And it's like you gather everybody in the Chinook while the Apaches like get covered, and then you leave. It's almost like a quick gun mission, but it makes you um, see what the wolf pack is. They move fast and they strike hard. So yeah, and then the other one is like ghosts go in, a halo jump, you parachute uh, inside the town because they're gonna be. Imagine this: the Chechens are gonna be busy trying to rebuild the airport in order for them to actually get working and get on moving. So the town is gonna be like, even though it's gonna be like in high alert, but it's gonna be all scattered with the remaining forces. So it's gonna be easy for them to actually go inside the main building where their leaders are and take them captured. Um, those do a halo jump at night into the town and move towards the main building to capture or kill the leader and capture intel on their organization. Um, yeah, the symbol of Wolfpack. Huh. I really like that one. We can actually take that one and just change it a bit, make it so yeah, make this one like take it and change it a little bit in order for it to fit as a unit. So all right, um, let's continue real quick. While during the mission, we get a bit of intel that an organization is mustering no, it's gathering PMCs for their own purpose. Oh, for their own sinister purpose. But before they find out more, they're notified of a JDAM going their way. And that for sure needed the players to build a bond with work. and see the divide between the two. Yeah, yeah. Still, yes, they're still in. They're growing up. This is just the two missions in order to showcase what Wolfpack does and why work starts to uh, get uneasy. Because what I put is that they reached the main building and then they want the main guy that they're trying to capture, but then it's like before he's like, oh, you're capturing me, is like, what is this? And they start to read, it's like they're gathering, like, this is several private military companies with terrorists in it, and it's like, what is going on? It's like they are forming the new army, and it's like, what the hell is that? And then they're informed, it's like, hey guys, a JM has been authorized and he's heading towards the main building. You gotta get the hell out of there if you're in there. And it's like, dude, you just authorized our operation to extract intel on this, and you're just going in and wipe it out. So it's like, what the hell? And what ends up happening is like you have to haul ass out. I was like, holy shit! Grab what you can and haul ass, and then boom, it falls in. But just because it is like the mission is not over, because then you have alerted the PMCs because they're now going all over there, and now you have to haul ass back to the extraction point, and the extraction point was going to be um, done silently, and now you have to just like they barely escape the missile attack, and they have to fight their way out of the town in order for them to reach the LC. Once they arrive, Wolfpack is there providing fire support. It's like, dude, Rourke accuses the CIA agent of almost getting them killed, and the guy shrugs it off, saying he's too hot-headed. It's almost like Rourke is telling the truth, like, hey, you jeopardized our mission, you almost killed us, and it's like, the objective is completed. Like, dude, you almost kill your own guys. And it's like a riff between Rourke and not only this guy, but it's almost like, because the colonel in the area, colonel tells Rourke, calm down, or he is demoted. And it's like, holy shit, yeah, not value. And even though the Ghost and the Wolfpack are against this guy, it's like, because it's his operation and he's the one in charge in a certain way, it's like you can't do anything. And so it's like the riff between them. Uh, we can put it that his I think we can put his departure. That's because I got 10 minutes. Shit. Let's put that his departure is in a third mission, almost, because we cannot put it in a cutscene. Mm, yeah, time flew. This is like rewriting this thing is, even though it's time consuming, but it's good time consuming because we're putting in ideas. The colonel tells Rogue to calm down or he's demoted. Uh, Rogue tells him that if it wasn't for us, he wouldn't have its intel. He lives. And the mission is over. And then it's like, I don't know. We can actually extend it a little bit more, but I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. Um, but I think because of the shortest of time that I have, I think I'm not sure. What I can actually say about it is that after we can create these two missions. Um, we can create. Oh shit! I forgot. We can actually create a mission before this two part. Um, we can actually create the rescue of the hostages, and then it's like where the main base of operation of this group is. Hostage situation, and the girls are called in with the willpower ready to provide fire support. The mission is completed with no casualties, and intel is found on this new organization hiding in a village. So we actually do that one, like rescuing the civilians, and it's like, hey, we got here we go. And that's it. All right. Let's recap real quick. Yeah, pretty. Mark disappears in the night. No, what we can actually do is like, uh, you got hostages and you rescue them at night, and it's like you. Let's put it that you're in a parachute and you just arrive on the rooftop, and you have, let's say, the honey badger, and you go in the building and see, like at night, almost like stealthy, and you rescue civilians, and then the whole way is like to go outside as silent as you can, but then it's like they start to open fire, and then you need heavy fire support, and Wolfpack just arrives and helps you go uh, to get in the transport and rescue civilians or just the area, and it's like, hey, we found intel on this new organization, is like where they are, and then you get to play as the Wolfpack, taking this small airfield, and then at night you get to play as a ghost. even though it's a Call of Duty Ghosts story, but because there's this unit, you can actually play both sides, and it would actually reflect the two different types of special forces unit, the stealthy ones and the ones that are heavy hitters. So we got three missions. We got three missions in under an hour. That's nice. And then we got to point out the riff between of why Rourke doesn't like the almost like the chain of command. We can actually put it a little bit early with the 5 missions of intro, but we have to dive in more. We have to first finish the general story in order for it to actually put the details on it. Like a very structured one, in order for it to actually make sense. So that's going to be our next task. For now, I think we can call it, even though it was a quick one, but still. Uh, well, thank you so much for coming, Chuni. For all the viewers, like, subscribe, share this, share the last stream. This might get to Infinity Ward ears. Um, who knows? Uh, Maybe they hired me to actually finish this story and get paid from it, and pay Shuni for some concept arts. Um, and a little bit to no name. So next stream Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Time. Don't miss it. That one is going to be as long as the first one. We're going to finish it. We're actually going to finish the writing of the campaign because it's going to be longer. We have the ideas, and we can actually bring in a few of the concepts that they have in the original campaign. Because in the third part, we're going to introduce Hesh and Logan. So, as Sergeant says, stay safe, appreciate what you have, and Manuel out.